Welcome back to Sahajin YouTube channel. So Alan Wake system requirements are finally here. Alan Wake 2 system requirement is finally here, and they are pretty insane to look at it because this GPU system requirements are pretty insane looking, and we know that the game is going to be launched in just 1 week or so, in few days. So yeah, let's dive straight into the Alan Wake 2 system requirements. And first of all, it is targeted for 1080p 30 and 720p 30, and kudos to Remedy for 60 years of system requirement, which includes RTX separately. But yeah, at this point, this game is looking pretty insane to be running on any high-end PCs. First of all, it is 20. First of all, it's 1080p at 30 frames per second, and do note this game was planned for a 30 frames per second release. Previously, it was planned for on consoles also for 30 frames per second at PS5, 30 frames per second, and not at 60 frames per second on consoles. Maybe that functionality will be available later down the line. But yeah, at low 1080p 30 frames per second, you need RTX 2060 or RX 6600, which is insane, or i5 7600K or AMD equivalent. So yeah, 16 GB of RAM and 90 GB of storage, and recommended for medium settings to 1440p 30 units RTX 3060 or 6600 XT, or in 1080p 60 unit RTX 3070 or 6700 XT, and Ryzen 7 3700X is recommended, or in Intel equivalent. But yeah, RTX 3070 for 1080p 60 frames per second is truly insane. Like, I know our RX 6700 XT is also insane, but these GPUs are like pretty high end. Also at ultra at 4K unit RTX 4070 or RX 7800 XT, which is true insanity. Like, if you want to run this game at 4K, you need 4070 at 60 frames per second. Also, this the main problem was RTX 3070 at 1080p 60 frames per second. Like, 3070 is also like an old generation, one generation old, but it's still new. And at 4070 for 4K, okay, I can go on with that. But yeah, and at ray tracing low, you need RTX 3070 at 1080p 30 frames per second, or RX 6800 XT, which is also insane to see that you need a 3070 to run at 1080p on low preset. And if you want to turn on path tracing, you can't turn it on basically AMD hardware, but you need RTX 4070 and at medium settings at 1080p 60. And boy oh boy, if you want to run it at 1440p or 4K at 60 frames per second, you need a pretty beefy graphics card. RTX 4080 and RTX 4090 will be there. For high preset, it is recommended you have RTX 4080 on your system, but I would say just go for 4090, because I think this system requirements are truly insane, and this will just bring your PC to its knee. Like RTX 4080 for 4K with path tracing. Like, path tracing is something RTX 4090 is also struggling with. So yeah, and yeah, these are truly insane system requirements. Like, the first thing is like RTX 3070 for 1080p on 1440p 1080p 60 frames per second on RTX 3070. It was truly insane to look like. But yeah, these are the system requirements, and do note our Alan Wake 2 will be Epic Game Stores exclusive. It won't come on Steam. Maybe it will come later down the line, because Epic has funded the game, so they have all the rights to keep it on their platform, and it will be available on their platform on the launch date. Maybe it will available, maybe it won't come to Steam. But if you want to play the game, just go on Epic Game Store, get it over there. There might be some promos going on. But yeah, that's it from me today. What do you think about the instant PC requirements for Alan Wake 2? Subscribe to the channel for more news, and I will meet you in the next one. Peace out.